And hello, Mariama. How are you doing?
Hi, Freda. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to meet you, and congratulations on Master. I've got to say, you don't do things by halves, do you? Because this is your first feature film. It was shown at Sundance, and now it's about to get a wider release in cinemas and on Prime Video. I mean, has there been a point along the way where you've just pinched yourself to make sure this is all real?
It's truly astonishing, and it has been certainly surreal, and to be able to bring it out into the world is just so exciting. There's a certain aspect of of having our virtual festival premiere at Sundance, where so much of my experience of bringing the film out into the world has been me at home, on behind a computer screen and experiencing it that way. So I have to question does it really exist? So as I'm starting to see it reach more and more people and having some in-person screenings and feeling, the viewers, it's really exciting and unbelievable.
You wrote the story as well as directing it. I wondered where the story actually came from, because I believe there's some elements in there that are actually based on your own experiences at college.
Yes, indeed. So the story really came to me when I ran into the former master of my residential college a few years after graduating. And this is someone who I was very fond of, and had been, taught and instructed to call master, and did, as it was very normalized at the time, and was, told to us that, that's how we do it. And don't worry, it's taken from the British system and it's got nothing to do with American history. So don't worry about it. And, as a student, I accepted that and went along with it. And when I ran into him and greeted him as master a few years after I graduated, we were both kind of thrown off balance by the greeting and by the title. And it really hit me in that moment that was a very strange thing that I had accepted so readily. And I had to question myself and question my experience and, look back into my history a little bit and wonder what else had been going on that I hadn't necessarily been paying very, very close attention to, that might have been a little bit sinister at its core.
I wondered what it was like when you were making the film and you were actually recreating moments from your own life and bringing them back to life in front of you. What was that like for you, especially as some of those experiences can't have been good?
It was definitely challenging. And the process of going back and sifting through memories and recalling, these barbs, these little tiny barbs that, it's death by 1,000 cuts. And, to write the film, having to go back and access those and experience them in a way that was much more deeply felt than when I felt them the first time. Because I think as a young person in college going through it, I ignored a lot of it and I repressed a lot of it. And so, to write the film and to make the film, I had to relive it. But that was ultimately really cathartic as well.
So one final and actually very, very easy question. Why did you decide on Regina to play the lead? I mean, it's a no-brainer, I know.
Yeah. So Regina is incredible. She's so multi-talented. I knew that she was taking risks and trying different projects than we were used to seeing her in. And I just, I was so impressed by her comedy, and I knew that she had this dramatic skill. And I thought that all of her talents would lend themselves to horror as well. And I thought that audiences would be really excited to see her doing something a little bit different than what we've seen her in.
Most definitely. Well, I certainly enjoyed the film, so thank you very much for that, and congratulations on this again. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!